From March 26th till April 1st, the third International Science and Education Forum, Communication Leader of the 21st Century, was held at South Federal State University. The main theme of the event was Uniting Europe and Asia. The venue is symbolic as SU and Chelyabinsk are located at the border of these parts of the world. This year's forum featured the European Journalism Training Association from Belgium, Northeast Petroleum University from China, and Eurasian Academy of Television and Radio from Russia.
About 1,000 of university and school students from 50 cities and 10 countries took on site and extramural participation in the forum. There are active young people of Russian from St. Petersburg till Vladivostok, as well as of China, Iraq, Kazakhstan, Belarus and other countries.
Participants had an eventful program: conferences, contests, workshops, scientific discussions, and the most important, the meeting with true professionals and masters of media space. This year's guests were the president of Eurasian Academy of Television and Radio, producer, honorary cinematographer of Russia, Nika Drog from Belgium, the president of European Journalism Training Association, and professor emeritus of the SU Faculty of Journalism. All participants of the forum have their own goals. For someone, this isn't the first time of participation, so they come to meet their friends from other cities. Someone wants to experience the journalist's vibe. Someone wants to get new knowledge and skills.
I came here determined to get positive emotions, find new friends and spend a great time. I'm very positive about the event. I came here to meet new people, communicate, find new friends and get charged with positive emotions. I'm very interested in attending master classes. I will definitely learn a lot of new things.
Significance of the communication leader of the 21st Century Forum was emphasized by the leader of the South Federal State University. The topic of communication is very important. Enhancement of mobility of both students and teaching staff of our university. And in the basis of the correct and successful implementation of all these projects is communication capabilities, skills and competencies.
The forum was ceremoniously started with a 4-8 session. The first speaker was Lyudmila Shesterkina, Doctor of Philology and Head of the Department of Journalism and Mass Communication. In her speech she talked about the new brand of SUSU.
На нашем логотипе появились грифон как символ Европы и лев как символ Азии.
The second day of the forum was opened by Nika Drog, the president of European Journalism Training Association and professor emeritus of the SUSU Faculty of Journalism. This isn't the first time that the leading specialist in the sphere of mass media visits SUSU. He will speak about that's important and useful to know for a journalist of the 21st century. This is very topical for us because in the future many of us want to link our lives.
In his speech, Nika Drog emphasized the importance of communications in the modern space and talked about peculiarities of the 21st century's journalism. Of course, the main skills that are in demand among journalists remain the way they have been many years ago. I mean the requirements to the quality of information, the search of verified information, journalist precision in general. All this is still in demand. Meanwhile, a slight change is required for modern knowledge of journalists. Nowadays, a journalist must consider the quality of information source. He should search for them. A journalist should aspire to a profound and qualitative narration of his stories. He should constantly find something new and interesting, first of all, for the audience. And in each article it is advisable that a journalist not only shared his opinion, but also made the news to be interesting for everyone.
Nika Drog noted the most important thing, that in the modern world the journalists themselves should pay special attention to analytics.
Он дал такой правильный, как я считаю, совет по поводу того, что нужно создавать очень
In my opinion, he gave a very good advice to create, rationalizate, correct and truthful news. And I like that fact that Nika Drug noted that although the internet is replacing the traditional mass media, journalists need to write not only simple and understandable for all things, but also find an individual approach to making the news more profound in order to keep up with the internet.
Нужно писать не только какие-то повседневные и всем известные вещи, но и углубляться в новость как-то по-своему.
Guests of the forum prepared an unusual presentation format for participants. Professor of Heilongjiang University of Science and Technology, Doctor of Philosophy, producer Song Yao, together with Valery Ruzin, the president of the Eurasian Academy of Television and Radio, held a master class in the course of which students watched a joint production documentary movie of Russia and China. This theme of the documentary was chosen because we prepared it on the occasion of the 75th anniversary of the Battle of Moscow and also the anniversary year of the Battle of Changsha, and we would like to pass on the younger generation the importance of maintaining the memory about these events. So the following movies of this series will probably be as well dedicated to war events, but to the events that took place in other cities of both China and Russia.
The movie is decided to heroic deeds of the two armies soldiers who contemporaneously heroically defended their motherland, the Soviet capital city of Moscow and the Chinese city of Changsha. The movie narrates about mutual support of the two nations during the critical period of the World War II. The movie was interesting to watch because contemporary teenagers and young people have poor knowledge of history. It is not considered to be the most important subject at school. Therefore, it is very useful to learn about some historical moments, especially connected with such grand events. Within the frameworks of the movie presentation, Professor Song Yao especially noted the importance of developing communication between students of China and Russia. Cooperative effort of the scholars from different countries symbolize the most important thing. We need to unite our efforts in order to create something true fundamental.
Our plans are regarding the part of our joint history that unites us. This year is the 90th anniversary of the 6th Congress of the Communist Party of China, which took place in the Soviet Union near Moscow. This was the only Congress of the Communist Party of China held outside the territory of China, because at that time the atmosphere in the world in China made it impossible to organize it in the home country. This is the theme of the documentary cycle. We are also gathering materials on musical harping.
Цикл мы собираем материал, готовим этот проект.
This is the third year that the Media Planet Contest and Festival is held within the forum. This is an international festival and contest of student and school mass media. The main goal of the contest is to support the new generation of media specialists and help students and school children to uncover their creative potential, provide them a possibility to express their life philosophy. The Media Planet Contest and Festival is held in the following categories: television, radio broadcasting, printed media, universal journalism, internet media and social networks, and international journalism. More than 700 applications were submitted for the contest from almost 100 educational institutions of China, Iraq, Kazakhstan, and more than 40 Russian regions.
I became the winner in the nomination of our events Convergent Journalism. I submitted a TV footage and newspaper issue and an article on the website about our 1st September.
I took the second places in our events, television, alma mater, and the Hero of the Day rubrics.
Even for journalism is interesting, it certainly requires living emotions, but anyway you should be amid at a good positive result. There are deadlines.
Yes, there are deadlines, and therefore, if you don't smile to yourself, Nothing is going to work out because you get really tired after 8 classes at school. But what to do? Only smile to yourself and your cameraman, who don't always feel like working, unfortunately. The young jury were guided by their mentors, true masters and professional, as USU students in the past and nowadays a specialist in the sphere of media, a correspondent and the author of the Newsweek program at the South ЮУрГУ-ТВ, Juliana Verner felt like home after visiting her former department.
Dear fellow journalists, I wish you to be cheerful, active and inquisitive. I wish you patience to pass through all examination periods, through all underwater stones of studying. I wish you to pass all tests and exams, but remember and cherish this time because this is the best time of your lives.
For several years, the chairman of the jury is the matter of journalism, the president of the Eurasian Academy of Television and Radio, Valery Ruzin. He noted that the beginning journalists are concerned with serious topics, and they need support and enhancement of the professional stage.
Конкурсы такие не просто нужны, а они обязательно нужны, потому что...
Such contests are not just advisable, they are necessary because they give the opportunity to see the professional jury, to feel encouragement, to get praise, to receive a diploma, a prize. I think that in the beginning of the professional path, this is important for each young person in any profession, especially in the creative one.
Начинающего человека в любой профессии важно, а для человека творческой профессии важно особенно.
The forum's program is amazingly eventful, a series of masterclasses, workshops, scientific discussions, congresses, conferences and other events in all research areas of the Institute of Social Science and Humanities. The forum brought together specialists from various fields of the media sphere.
Когда идея взлетает выше, возвышается над всей этой историей, и ты одновременно...
Then your idea comes to life and then you participate in its implementation together. This is a team of producers. Then you see how many people around you are involved. You understand that you love your profession.
В эту историю, на самом деле, хочется сказать, да, у меня очень классная профессия, у меня очень классная работа, я люблю свою работу, и я работаю не зря.
Also, participants of the forum had a chance to hear the voice of the spirits, a masterclass held by representatives of street radio. I could never understand how radio works, so in order to watch the process from the inside, I came to the masterclass, and it inspired me to create my own projects and bring them to life somehow extraordinarily. Social networks have long ago become an inextricable part of journalism. During a special masterclass held by copywriter and content marketologist Alla Melnik, participants of the forum learned how to carry out an efficient promotion.
You need to be sincere, don't try pretending someone else. After all, a blog stays off the boundary of work and your private life, a demonstration of your life, so don't try to seem someone you're not. Be sincere, try talking to the audience using their own language to sharing that bothers you and that bothers them, and try to meet expectation of the audience with no lying. Without this, a blog can't be successful.
Future specialist in the sphere of advertising and PR held the 17th International Congress on Public Relations and Advertisement, Theory and Practice. Within the Congress, students of different years of study presented their projects, took part in a role game entitled Access Granted for Creative People.
I have never thought that I will be interacting with the internet. At first I didn't like this idea. I thought that promotion in social networks was a really stupid thing to do. And now I am doing this. I like it a lot because it's interesting. I directly promote our project in ВКонтакте. You need to take part in all contests and projects because this is an experience. This will be maintained in our personal profile.
Participants of the forum know for sure that the ability to correctly establish communication is a kind of art. During a sociological practicum entitled The Art of Asking Questions, students and guests of the forum attended informative masterclass. The festival itself is very important because it provides exchange between other universities and other universities' representatives.
In the psychology section, participants of the forum called not only learn that qualities should a modern leader have, but try to verity in the practice.
Лидер – это ответственный, любознательный человек.
Начитанный и веселый человек, который прямо ведет за собой команду, сильный, целеустремленный.
Человек, который умеет сплотить команду. Это человек, который в любой момент готов взять ответственность на себя.
Оптимистичный, понимающий человек. Или, например, лидер – это я.
Environmental issues from philosophical point of view were discussed by participants of the project entitled Philosophical Partnership within a special movie workshop. But a movie as a communication form is not the only tool of the philosophical partnership.
Поднимает мировоззренческие вопросы, в частности.
The worldview issues of our society, particularly the ecological issues, are brought up. They try to make people of our society to realize our future.
Нашего будущего.
12th International Science to Practice Conference of Young Scientists, Language, Culture, Communication was dedicated to the magic of a word, the main tool of the communication leader. Participants took part in a round-table discussion, the main topic of which was Literature of the 20th-21st centuries, Searching for a Style. The youngest guests took part in the language games, and for international students, the philological assembly became a bridge between cultures of the countries.
I made a report on an interesting subject, relatives in Russian and Chinese languages. My topic is connected with family because I frequently encounter such words in Russian literature. I often search them in a dictionary and sometimes don't understand what they mean, so I prepare the report in order to learn them better.
The newest journalism practices, trends of advertising and public relations, methods of establishing an efficient communication, modern philosophical thoughts, creation of a portrait of a leader of the 21st century, all this was brought together by the Third International Science and Education Forum Communication Leader of the 21st Century.
Этот форум имеет значение не только для института, он имеет значение для университета, он имеет...
I only expect the best impressions from the event, as this is a cooperative work. The most important thing is that cooperative efforts always produce a synergetic effect. This makes the importance of the topic that we are discussing today to be 2 or 3 times more important.
Усилия всегда дают синергетический эффект. От них удваивается, утраивается, наверное, суть, значение того, о чем мы сегодня говорим.
The synergy of research areas within the Institute of Social Sciences and Humanities, the new methods of efficient communication, all of these favors to training a new generation of leaders who are capable of solving global problems of development, lead the way for science and improve South Ural State University.